Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Tuesday, May 25th, or Wednesday, May 26th in Australia and New Zealand. And the moon starts the day in Scorpio, stays in Scorpio for most of the day here on the east coast of the U.S., but then shifts into Sag at 10:40 p.m. We do have a supportive connection between the moon and Mars today that occurred at 6 o'clock in the morning here on the east coast of the U.S. The moon in Scorpio, Mars in Cancer. It's a very emotional combination, of course, two water signs. And trines are very flowing, so feelings flow very easily, and we might see that actually happening all day. Sometimes those feelings are nice and sometimes they're not. So I guess there's a sensitivity today. And also we have this upcoming full moon, super moon, lunar eclipse, which full moons are always times of revelation, something being revealed, something coming to fruition. The moon is as close to the earth as the closest supermoon this year. So when the moon is that close to the earth and it's full, the emotions are pretty high, and it is eclipse season. So we will be feeling that. We have been feeling that, and people could easily express their feelings more easily than perhaps they normally would. It just sort of pops out of us in a way. I will be talking about the lunar eclipse because the lunar eclipse does occur in Australia later on the 26th. But I'm going to do a separate video for the lunar eclipse because there's a couple of things I want to talk about and point out. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll do that a little later today. We have an interesting aspect today, one that generally I don't talk about, and that is a semi-square between Mars and the Sun. Mars is in Cancer, the Sun is in Taurus. In the relationship between the Sun and Mars, and we're looking at the synodic cycle between the Sun and Mars. The Sun, our synodic cycle takes 2 years. It takes 2 years for Mars to go around the Sun, and the Sun takes a year to go around the zodiac. So in this case, we use Mars as the sort of stationary point when we're evaluating the synodic cycle, and the Sun becomes the faster moving planet, as it were. What's happening right now, that's just technical for any of those students out there who are interested. What's happening now is the relationship between the Sun and Mars is moving into a balsamic phase. It's been in a last quarter phase since the last quarter square of Mars and the Sun. And now we are at the last phase of an 8-phase cycle. The balsamic phase is about extracting meaning from our experiences. And the interesting thing is that this particular cycle actually began in 2019. It was September 2nd of 2019 when these two planets conjoined in Virgo. I believe it was 10 degrees of Virgo. I wrote it down. Let me find my note here. 10 degrees of Virgo. And of course, Virgo is a sign of making adjustments. It's the sign of health and wellness. It's the sign of taking care of our health and making the adjustments necessary so that our life works better for us. And then, excuse me. And then, of course, we had COVID during that period. So, and now we're on the other side. We got shut down and all of that stuff. We're kind of starting to come out of that now. in many places. Other places, it's still a big problem. But this period of time between now and the next conjunction, which doesn't occur until October of 2021, October 8th, when the next conjunction of the Sun and Mars will be in Libra. So what's happening is that we are extracting meaning from the last almost 2 years around our need to move forward, around our need to take action, around our need to consciously express our desires. So we've had to make a lot of adjustments in that. And what has that meant to us? How has that changed us? How has it changed us for the better? How perhaps has it not changed us for the better? How has it frustrated us? How has it required us to make changes in the way that we move forward in the world? So these are all the things that we will be sort of pondering between now and the next conjunction. And so it is a time of introspection, but it's also a time of connecting with spirit. So if you are having issues with the last 2 years of your life, and you still don't feel at peace or at ease with the decisions that had to be made or the situations that have happened, this is a time when connection to spirit becomes very helpful. And then ultimately, when the new conjunction comes along in October, in the sign of relationship, we'll be working on how to. It's less of a personal adjustments that are needed through that 2-year period, and I think it'll focus more on better ways to relate to one another. Mars doesn't like being in Libra, so it's not going to be easy. But with Mars in Libra and the Sun in Libra starting that synodic cycle, the seed of that synodic cycle, Mars is not in its element, and perhaps that might be, in a way, a good thing. All right, guys, take care. Much love. Like and subscribe. As I said, I'm going to put more stuff out today on the eclipse. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for your donations. We have a couple of classes going on now. We have astrology class going on, kind of a beginner's course, although people are a little bit further than beginners. I am open to having another beginner's class if people are interested in that. We also have a Kabbalah class going on, working with the Tree of Life. It's been a lot of fun. And that one is ongoing as well. If you are interested in astrology and you're somewhat versed in it, I do have a class that I do every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. East Coast time. And you can drop into that. If you're interested, drop me a line, vickyskerbo@gmail. I have all the stuff below, my email and how you can donate and all of that stuff. So if you're interested in joining us, it's a great group of people, and we learn a lot and we have a lot of fun, which of course is probably the most important thing, right? All right, guys, take care. Much love.